Hi guys, Veggie Gamer back with Woozle. Woozle, yeah. What's this? Woozle, yeah. Hello, monkey. Yes, you couldn't quite see back there, could we? Hope you're all doing well, guys. I'll be honest, I was just editing up the next movie reaction, guys, which is a great movie, guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you'll be getting that soon on the channel. And I happened to look at my YouTube channel. I noticed I hadn't posted anything for like 12 days or something, which is very rare for the channel, guys. I'm so sorry about the lack of content and everything. Quite frankly, post-Christmas, I was just kind of exhausted and I needed some time to recoup and everything. Obviously, I've also recorded my next movie reaction and I'm slowly editing through it. That should be with you in a few days. But I thought I wanted to post something, guys. And you know what? One thing which I suggested a long time ago was the HBO Max recasting potential videos, which Bryan has posted. I believe he's posted a few of these, guys. And I thought that as we're now moving towards closer to the HBO Max, I don't think it's called HBO Max anymore, the HBO series being made and cast. So there are rumours and so on. I know that Gary Oldman has said that he would be interested in playing Dumbledore, maybe. Very interesting, very interesting. But yes, I thought we'd check this out. And so, yes, let me know in the comments who you think should be cast for everything, guys. Because this first one that we're checking out is actually... It's actually 5 years old, guys, and so it's obviously going to be a little bit, almost exactly, weirdly, in a week's time it will be 5 years old. And so obviously that's going to be a little bit dated and everything. I don't think this is going to be going into the kids. I think it is going to be specifically the adults. This is part 1. I see that Adam Driver is in the thumbnail, guys. Obviously, he's a fantastic actor, guys. I've seen him in a few things, and he is fantastic. Obviously, as being Snape is I mean, from what I gather, he kind of looks like what the book description of Snape is. Although he is a bit old for the role now as well, right? He would be, wouldn't he? And so, I got no real problem with that, guys. Obviously, you know, Alan Rickman was older than Snape. They just made him look younger and everything. You know, the magic of Hollywood and all that. But yes, I'll be interested to see how many of these names I recognise, quite frankly. Because obviously, I said in my Harry Potter movie reactions, I don't know that many actors' names. I really don't, guys. I'm really bad with them. But then Harry Potter movies happen to just have loads of comedians in. And I know my comedians, guys. And so it'll be very interesting to see if any other comedians show up in this. Obviously, there's plenty to choose from. But yes, I've got no real opinion when it comes to the casting, guys. I've got no real The thing is, they've said that HBO Max is going to be a more book accurate telling of the story. But haven't they already put out stuff saying that there are going to be changes already? So I'm not too bothered about them absolutely sticking to the absolute letter, you know, like every single sentence has to be exactly what's on screen. That just doesn't bother me, guys. It really doesn't. That being said, Goblet of Fire, I really want them to get right. Because Goblet of Fire, we're right near the end of the book, guys. We are very, very nearly finished it on the Patreon. It has been my favourite book so far. It just has. And I really hope they do that well. And obviously cast it well as well. And so I don't know. Oh, no, this says Philosopher's Stone. So this is going to be specifically Philosopher's Stone. Presumably mostly professors. But let's get into it, guys. Like I say, Bryan Seeker, he's done a few of these, so you can go and check them out on his channel. And if you want to see more of these reactions to his videos, please hit the like button, guys. Leave a comment and all the waffle. Either way, so sorry about how quiet the channel's been lately, guys, seriously. And also, obviously, a lot of other series, I haven't posted anything for quite a while, Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I'm so sorry. But because I hadn't posted anything for so long, I really wanted to get you something that I was able to get you whilst also editing the next movie reaction, guys. Shall I tell you what it is? It's another Disney movie, guys. It was voted on by you guys on the Patreon, and so thank you so much. It was excellent. I'll give you a clue. I've just edited up my reaction to the scene of, You Gotta Have a Dream, I think it's called. Which was... Hence why I need a break. So let's check out recasting Harry Potter for HBO Max Philosopher's Stone Part 1. Like I say, guys, despite the fact that I was excellent at recalling names from Russian, okay, that is not the right language, from the Harry Potter movies, it is very likely I won't know a lot of these actors because I'm just not very good at actors, guys. I'm really not. Or directors. I could like name you like 4 or 5 directors maybe. Anyway, go on now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, Harry!
I posted a video about the deleted scenes and the things cut from the original adaptation of Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
It's almost been 20 years since the release of Philosopher's Stone in theaters. There seems to be a ton of people pleading for another adaptation.
Oh,
the TV
Jenny.
series, to be exact. This would allow for the characters
Oh,
and the full story to be shown on screen without the restriction of time. Some may say the way that J.K. herself envisioned. So if we are creating a brand new TV series for the 7 books of Harry Potter, it just makes sense that we need to update the cast. It's not like Daniel Radcliffe and the Golden Trio can go back in time and become 11 again. Not to mention that, sadly, some of the original cast members are no longer with us.
So a lot more in the last 5 years.
Let's recast Harry Potter for today.
Oh, little Hagrid.
First off, I know Harry Potter is British, and the original adaptation kept to the tradition that pretty much only cast British actors. I'm going to try to stay within those parameters.
Yeah.
But some casting decisions are just too good to pass up. Even
Yeah,
though
I'm
they
fine
might
with
be
not being all
American
British, guys.
Otherwise. Also, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of characters in Harry Potter.
Okay.
So for now, let's tackle Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and the main characters in that. And then if you do enjoy this, please comment below and we'll slowly tackle this.
Sorry guys, one of the kids in that previous scene.
Say season by season. So first off,
I've seen somewhere.
Those wonderful people who carried the entire series. Now, first casting decision, and honestly, I'm gonna do a cop-out instantly because I believe the trio should be all unknown actors.
Oh, absolutely.
I love the way that we never saw Daniel or Rupert or Emma's faces before they landed in Harry Potter. And honestly, I feel the same way about all the students in the film. It allowed us as audience members to really attach the character to that person and allowed them to really make it their own. So for this series, line up those 10 to 12-year-old actors and actresses because we need to find nobodies for this role.
I agree.
I think it's just important to the series. I apologize it's a cop-out right off the bat, but if I was that casting director sitting in that seat, exactly what I would do. So before you say that I completely agree on characters, I won't be casting any of the Hogwarts students. They should all be unknown actors.
Of course.
But beyond the trio, there are very important characters and adult characters that we can cast. One of monumental importance is that of Albus Dumbledore.
Yes, here we go.
Saw 2 actors portray him. And although I love them for different reasons, but I feel like it's important that his calm and his warmth is one that can be felt through the screen. That's why I decided the person to play Dumbledore would be Michael Caine.
Okay, I can absolutely see that.
Most interesting careers in Hollywood. He has gravitas, but he can also play calm and gentle. And that nature is really important for Dumbledore.
Endure, Master Wayne.
I completely, yeah. You know what, I can actually see that.
They'll hate you for it, but that's the point of Batman.
Although he is getting on, though.
The outcast.
Then again,
the choice
that's Dumbledore, isn't it?
No one else can make.
We see it slightly when he plays Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy, but I think he can take it a step further and really make the character his own. His face and the way he presents himself, he can make himself feel really welcoming or kind, but also can deliver those really badass moments. So Michael Caine as Dumbledore.
I love it. I thought of that like ever. So that's amazing.
A fierce and powerful woman who demands attention, dominating yet loving. For her, I have a controversial choice. An actress who's actually appeared before in the Harry Potter films.
Maggie Smith was slightly older, wasn't
she? She donned the iconic role of Trelawney for the films, but I feel like she'd be absolutely perfect for McGonagall now. She's aged perfectly into the role, and for those who haven't seen her other acting roles, she's a chameleon.
Oh, she is unbelievable.
Is unrivaled on screen. Like,
she is unbelievable.
I got the impression last time we spoke that you didn't see the point of school, or of me, or of any of us here.
I know, I was stupid. I know now that I need to go to university.
I don't know what this is.
It gives me absolutely no pleasure whatsoever to see our young schoolgirls throwing their lives away. Although, of course, you are not one of our schoolgirls anymore. Through your own volition.
I suppose you think I'm a ruined woman.
No, I don't know what this is.
You're not a woman.
Anything with Emma Thompson in is just amazing.
No, I'm afraid I think that the offer of a place at this school would be wasted on you.
That's McGonagall if I've ever seen her. So Emma Thompson for McGonagall.
Why not? Great cut. Right. I mean, but I feel like she's
even
she's a bit old for that role,
isn't
isn't
right
she?
if we
Maybe, I'm not
Snape
sure.
Next, the bravest man that Harry's ever known. He plays
Again,
the
it
good,
doesn't matter
the
to me.
bad, and everything else in between. Although he is rarely at the forefront in the plot, his interesting face and his timid nature alludes to inner workings in his mind and how he's always
up to something.
For Snape, it's hard to look beyond the perfect choice, even though he is American. The face, the hair, his acting skill. Adam Driver would be the only
seen
choice
this movie.
in my eyes.
It's so good.
And I'll
It's
never
so
stop
good.
loving him, even though it doesn't make sense anymore.
It is such a good movie, guys. I think
Yes,
it's
he
called
is on
Love
the
Story
younger
or something.
side, but he's by far the best part of the sequel trilogy.
Did he tell you what happened that night?
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Yes.
No.
And I think he would knock it out of the park. He's an amazing actor, and he's wowed me in every single movie he's in. And I'm sure he'd be someone to take interesting choices and not do an impersonation of just Alan Rickman. So Adam Driver as Severus Snape.
I'm all up for it, guys. Again, he would be slightly older, but it doesn't matter. Though. You
Sticking
can
with the
de-age
professors,
people, you know.
We should tackle
my
the villain of Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, we're doing
not
Quirrell,
Voldemort,
are we?
Because at this point in time, he's really just someone's hairdo. But Quirrell, the man who is willing to accept he who must not be named on the back of his head. The man
Amazing.
who essentially acts the entire movie with his stutter and the perception of weakness. I think Andrew Scott would bring a different layer to this performance than we saw in the original. If you've seen his work on Sherlock and Fleabag, he can really embody any role.
Okay, I've never seen Sherlock, but I knew he's
obvious.
he's
I mean, we'll
Moriarty,
kill you
right?
Anyway, someday.
I believe.
I don't want to rush it though.
It looks like
I'm
Anton
saving it up
Deck.
for something special. No.
And most importantly, I think he takes on the physicality as well. I think Quirrell's movement and body
God.
language done by Scott would really
Imagine
show
Quirrell
the
do that.
intricacies of his performance, and I think he'd do an amazing job. And if anything, it'd be really interesting. So, Andrew Scott for Professor Quirrell.
I'm up for it. I've never seen him in anything, guys. I knew that he played Moriarty, though. I
Alright, so
believe
moving
in
on from
Sherlock.
professors to staff, Hagrid's up next. The
Oh!
bad guy, gentle giant.
Oh,
Funny,
this is gonna
and
be a
always
tough
has his
one.
heart on his sleeve. This one's difficult. Although Harry Potter always had an amazing cast, I felt like Hagrid was right on the nose and perfect.
I mean,
really
Coltrane
struggled
was
with this one.
perfect.
But I thought maybe we can go a different way. Almost lean into that comedic relief a little bit more. That's why I went with Nick Frost. I think he exemplified that
Okay.
gentle side very well, all while bringing some much-needed light-hearted moments to the first entries of the series.
Gary thinks we should keep up with the crawl because they know what we're doing, but they don't know that we know what they're doing. And basically, no one else has a better idea. So
Convince me, video. Convince me.
So Nick Frost is Hagrid.
So he's got a beard there. That doesn't. Okay, is that it? Okay, I
Now for moving on.
disagree,
we
but I'll
should
explain
move
why.
to Harry's home, the Dursleys, Vernon, Petunia, and Dudley. As
Oh,
I mentioned
wow.
previously, any child roles I won't be casting. So, sorry Dudley, you're going to be unknown as well. But Vernon and Petunia, they set the
Pertwee.
tone for the story.
Not
They have
Pertwee,
a
I want-
no-nonsense tone to them. Mark Addy from
Oh!
Game of Thrones and A Knight's Tale, I feel would be perfect for Vernon. And I feel like Olivia Colman would bring a lot more dimension
Oh!
to Petunia. Although the characters in the original series are interpreted
Okay.
well, these characters have a lot more depth that could really be explored. And
I
feel
like both of
Mark
those
Addy
picks.
and Coleman could really expand them and flesh out these characters and see a lot more depth in them. So Mark Addy and Olivia Colman as Petunia and Vernon
Addy
Dursley.
is a fantastic actor, guys, and
Now,
Coleman
there
is
are
on
minor
so
roles
much
that do
stuff.
come back in the series, but they play importance in
UK at
Philosopher's
least.
Stone, such as Ollivander. Someone who I think would be amazing for Ollivander would be Bill Nighy. He's got
Oh,
this
he was
otherworldly
in the
nature
original?
to him, and although we barely see him, I think he'd be a scene stealer. So Bill Nighy as Ollivander.
Okay,
And then there's
okay.
roles like the Ghost
I
of
mean, John
Hogwarts
Hurt's
and
difficult to
Filch, who show up
recast.
every once in a while in the films, but really don't play any crucial role. Still, they are
Cleves is
important.
still around.
I mean, there is the Death Day party, and Peeves is always up to something. So for Filch, I think Reeves and fans could really explore the Squid
Very
storyline
tall.
and play the character differently than we've seen. So Reeves
Very
and
tall
fans as
Filch.
Filch.
A very, very tall Filch. It'll be interesting. I'm all up for it.
As for
Again,
Nearly
fantastic
Headless
actor.
Nick, I think it would be hard to take away the role from John Cleese. But honestly, I think Rowan Atkinson would nail this small role.
As
He'd
Nearly
play it with
Headless Nick?
ridiculousness and a fun-loving nature that I feel like would again steal scenes.
Check out the Patreon, guys.
And Rowan Atkinson
Blackadder!
as Nearly Headless Nick.
Okay,
And
we
for
will
Peeves the
discuss it.
Poltergeist, a role that fans have always wanted to see on screen. I think it'd be really interesting to see Simon Pegg have some fun with the character. He'd really jump off the screen. So Simon Pegg as Peeves the Poltergeist.
Oh, it's Peeves? I guess, yeah. Okay. I sound like I'm down on space now.
Of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Rather than some unknown actors that we haven't seen before, I think this is a really interesting cast. And I understand there are many characters we briefly see on screen, but play a much bigger role in the series. I'm not casting them today. They're going to come back, like Molly Weasley or even Lily Potter. I'm going to wait to cast them in the film that makes sense. For example, Molly is much more prevalent in the Chamber of Secrets. So what do you think of the cast? And are you interested in a Harry Potter TV series that could really dive more into the story than the movies could? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you enjoyed this, and we'll tackle Chamber of Secrets.
This was excellent.
As always, thank you to my patrons. Adam
that's
Gray,
Hunger
Jeremy
Games?
Jacobs, Jenny Edwards, Kevin Founded, Gunnar Laglin, Colleen West, Marco Perry, Roland, Aidan McShane, Shalon Hudson, Kieran Hunt, George Conan, Brandon Warner, Sweevy, Alex Towle, Derek Bell.
I think I can pause now. So, first of all, Hunger Games is something which has been asked on the channel a lot, guys, and we will get to it, guys. In fact, I think that when we do our next series of movies, I think it might be Hunger Games, because I know that a lot of you guys have been waiting a long time for that. I gotta admit, I know next to nothing about it, and so just seeing these images here makes it look like a very different thing than I was expecting, This was brilliant. Okay, I'm gonna say this before I judge any of these picks, guys. I also want to discuss this as well. I'm Percy's there, sorry. I could not make a video like this because this was so well put together. The guy explained his case for each character so well. So any opinions that I have of his casting, take with a pinch of salt. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this sort of thing. I think that across the board, I feel like there are a couple which I got question marks about. I think that the Nick Frost one I will get to. But yeah, I thought this was... I mean, I've never thought of Michael Caine for Dumbledore. And I said, he's getting on. Of course he's getting on. He's Dumbledore. I think that whoever... I don't want to... I gotta say it, don't I? I feel like... Oh, jeez. I feel like we... Okay, I'll put it like this. I feel like in the whole series as a whole that's coming up, we might get a couple of different Dumbledores there. Actor-wise. But Michael Caine, great choice. I think he is still acting as well. I'm not sure. But he is a fantastic actor, guys, and extremely versatile. And like I say, he can do that kind and badass moments, like he said. So I'm all up for that. I think that's interesting. McGonagall confuses me, guys, because I always forget how old she is. Now, obviously, she's older than Lily and James, which is my anchor point for the ages. I would say Lily and James. There's no question Emma Thompson could play any role in Harry Potter and absolutely knock it out of the park, guys. It's very interesting that we're talking about Emma Thompson whilst on this screen here as well. I'll explain in a second. As McGonagall. Yes, of course. I mean, the thing is, you know what it is? You know what my reservation about it is that it's such a yes, that's perfect choice. That I almost feel like is a bit easy. It's like saying, okay, we've got a really important role, and we need an actor, female actor, to play them. Who we got? Emma Thompson? Well, yeah, of course. Emma Thompson's perfect at anything, and so it almost feels like he's taking a cop out. But I'm all up for it, guys. Emma Thompson, McGonagall, absolutely. Before we move on, I will explain myself why I got all excited at this point, guys. This chap here. Now, I was on, it may have been the IMDb's or something like that, I was on recently. And I happened upon this actor. Now, you may have heard me talk about it a lot, guys. Particularly when I talk about Emma Thompson. I have a strange obsession with the 90s movie version of Much Ado About Nothing. I absolutely love it, guys. I absolutely do. It's by far my favourite Shakespeare play. I absolutely adore it. I would love to go and see it live. And a little while ago, I rewatched the movie again. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to look up some monologues from it on YouTube and see what other different types of performances are. And it came up with one at the Globe. Is it one of the really important theatres in the UK, guys? And lo and behold, who was playing Benedict, who was played by Lockhart in the 90s version. But yes, who was playing Benedict in the version that I found on YouTube? This chap. And he's amazing, guys. I've only seen some scenes from him, but he's really, really good in the role. Benedict is such a great character, as is Beatrice, who Emma Thompson played. They're the best thing about Much Ado About Nothing. You can kind of see where their characters are going immediately, but they're really... They basically despise each other, essentially, and their story arc is obviously lovely. But yeah, this guy is played Benedict in the theatre, guys, and from the clips I've seen of him, he's freaking good. I don't know if he's done much other TV stuff or anything, but stage-wise, he's fantastic, and he's taken a really different take on Benedict as well, which is obviously always important when it comes to Shakespeare. Anyway, enough about that. Sorry, I just got really excited when I saw it, because I very recently realised that it was him. So yeah, Michael Caine here. Fantastic choice. Again, Emma Thompson, she can do anything. So it almost does feel like a cop-out. I don't know what this is, by the way. It looked very interesting. Moving on to Snape, Adam Driver. The thing is, I would argue... First of all, he is fantastic. And like I say, I believe I've seen this movie, and I think it's called Love Story, or something like that. And he is brilliant in it, as is it Scarlett Johansson? I always call her the Black Widow from Marvel movies. Is that her name? I always forget. I'm terrible at actor's name, guy, like I say. But yeah, both of them are just unbelievable in it. Or maybe she could play someone in it, in Harry Potter. Anyway, what I'll say is, how much someone looks like... I feel like actors... I don't know what Adam Driver's opinion is, but I feel like some actors, when they said, oh, you should play him because you look a bit like this fictional character, I feel like a lot of actors would almost take offence by that, like saying, well, that isn't how I choose my roles and everything, you know? And so he does look like Snape, guys, he really does. But that isn't the be-all and end-all to me. But that being said, he is a fantastic actor as well, so absolutely. I mean, at this point in the video, I'm agreeing with everything. I don't know. I've never seen Scott in anything. Like I say, he looks like one of or both of Ant and Dec, who you probably only know it from the UK. But I've heard great things about Sherlock. Apparently, he is a very good Moriarty. It is Moriarty that he plays, isn't it? I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Like I said, I've never seen an episode of it. Although I know there's a very notorious episode with the actor who played Dobby in it, though. Yeah, sure. I don't know him, so I can't really comment. Quite frankly, I've never even thought about recasting Carell, so yeah, absolutely. Okay. So hear me out, guys, and this isn't me knocking Nick Frost in... Nick Frost, that is... terrible with names. Yes, Nick Frost. This isn't me knocking Nick Frost in the slightest, okay? Like, at all. Hagrid is an incredibly important role. Like, as in top 3 characters, maybe? In Harry Potter? I think you could even argue he's top 3. Top 5, definitely, I would say. Importance of, like, yeah, getting the role right and everything, and you know, having being this person and everything. Robbie Coltrane was a fantastic actor, guys. He really was. In fact, I would say he was actually underrated as an actor. I don't think that Nick Frost is underrated as an actor, guys. He's a very good comedy actor. And I know that in some things, I feel like there's like a sad scene in Hot Fuzz or something like that with him and stuff like that. But you know, there's... I question this one. I do. Again, no offense to Nick Frost or Simon Pegg, because I was also like, oh really? With Simon Pegg just now as well. I think it's because I associate them as the guys from Spaced, which was a 90s comedy show, and obviously they've done a lot of comedies together since. I would have to see. I would have to see. Nick Frost in a serious role, and I don't know if that has ever happened. And you know what? That's probably on me, guys. I probably just don't know enough about his career. But this one I do question. Again, no offense. And again, he has a beard, yeah. Aunt Petunia and Vernon, I think this is inspired, guys. I'm trying to think if would he be a bit old? But again, you can de-age people. And also, I've been saying it doesn't matter to me. Again, another fantastic actor. And I know that, I mean, she is in so much in the UK, guys. The thing is, the guy's basically chosen a picture of her essentially dressed as Petunia. Although I think it's meant to be the Queen, isn't it? But yeah, I feel like they would be really good. You know what about Nick Frost as Vernon? I can see him doing a Vernon more than a Hagrid. I mean, that being said, the guy who played Vernon originally, guys, who I know as Uncle Monty. Again, fantastic actor, guys. I would say Nick Frost more for Vernon than Hagrid, personally. Although that Photoshop is amazing. I think he's done something with Dudley's face there, hasn't he? I said Pertwee. It's not Pertwee, is it? Who's the second Doctor? That's who he's a descendant of, isn't it? Anyway, let's move on. Then we get into this. And the thing is, he's right. Bryan Seeker said in this video that it is a small role, and so it really doesn't matter that much. That being said, I have so much affection for John Hurt. I find it hard for anyone to replace him. I guess that... I'm terrible with names. I always forget his name. He's got a very... It's a very similar name to that the science guy or whatever it's called, isn't it? I mean, this guy was fantastic in Love Actually, guys, which I should have mentioned ages ago. I'm so sorry that I haven't, guys. There is a full-length reaction to Love Actually over on a Patreon, guys. I should have mentioned it ages ago, guys. Unfortunately, I just didn't have time to get an edit out for it. I might do one in the future, maybe. Or maybe I'll post it out for free. If I'll obviously ask patrons first, if that's okay. But yes, there is a full-length reaction to Love Actually over on the Patreon, guys. You'll need your own copy of the movie, but I make it very, very easy to sync up to with like pop-ups and time codes and stuff. So I'm so sorry about not mentioning that before, because it's insane that I haven't mentioned it before. What is his bloomin' name? Bill Nighy. There we go. Okay, excellent. I forgot that we had this down here. And then moving on, who was it that... okay. Nearly Headless Nick as Rowan Atkinson. Oh, no, okay. Before we get there, we got Thingy Bobby as Phil. Thingy Bobby, I'm terrible. I am so sorry, guys. I don't think he's actually on this, is he? He's not. Balls. Rhys Ifan. There we go. That just came inspired to me. Is this Pirates of the Caribbean? I mean, the guys in the background look like they're in Pirates of the Caribbean. I've only seen the first movie, guys, and that was a long time ago. And so that is a series that has been asked a lot for me, actually. So maybe we could do that as well. Well, no, we will do it eventually. But I didn't realise that he was in it. It looks like it's meant to be Pirates of the Caribbean. He's very tall. I can't imagine a tall Filch, but why not? Why not? As long as he's not as tall as Hagrid, then it's fine. So yeah, sure. He looks the part. No offense, but he does, and he is a great actor, guys. He's in the music video for... Because I'm not a big Oasis fan, guys. There's like a few Oasis songs that I like. He's in the music video for my favourite, which is The Importance of Being Idle, which is my favourite Oasis song. Go and check it out. Check out the music video because he's great in it. Nearly Headless Nick is Rowan Atkinson. Okay. And the fact that Rowan Atkinson isn't in the original Harry Potters still blows my mind, guys. It really does. I just can't see him playing Nearly Headless Nick. I feel like there's gotta be so many other roles that he would be better at. What about, oh, Veggie, come on. Pull that name. It's a really short name. Binns. I think he'd play a brilliant Binns. So I just spat everywhere. A brilliant Binns. I mean, it shows the Love Actually scene here, guys. I mean, this essentially is Professor Binns, right? It really is. So sorry I haven't mentioned about the full-length reaction to Love Actually before then, guys. I don't see him as Nearly Headless Nick. Then again, if I hadn't seen the movies and I'd only learned about the character from the books, I wouldn't have seen John Cleese either, though. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it, but Rowan Atkinson should be in there. I reckon he'd play a fantastic Pins, though. And I like the little Photoshop of Blackadder there. That's very clever. That's very clever. Blackadder's great, guys. It's such a good show. If you want to check out Blackadder, I would recommend not starting with the first season. I really like the first season, but it's not representative of what the rest of the show is like. So, season 3 is probably my favourite, and there's a lot of Harry Potter actors in throughout all of Blackadder, in fact. But yeah, if you want to check out Blackadder, maybe start off with The Christmas Carol. Maybe that might be a good starting point, in fact. But yeah, don't start off with season 1 because it's so different. Do watch season 1, but don't start off with it though. So moving on, I got a little bit confused here because it was showing like the Friar and the Bloody Baron here. Who, I mean, this Bloody Baron, you know, not that it's a big thing. I thought it was going to show him. It does, yeah. That's not the Bloody Baron. That is not the Bloody Baron at all, guys. In fact, he hasn't even got chains around him. Is it even meant to be? I think it's meant to be. Simon Pegg as Peeves. I just feel like there's probably a more eccentric comedian or slash comedic actor that could do it better. And again, this isn't me criticising the cast of Space, guys. Space is amazing. Simon Pegg as Peeves? No, I'm not seeing it. I'm trying to think of someone else who I feel like could do it. I mean, the thing is, Rick Mail would have just been perfect for it. He really would have. Such a shame that it was cut from the movies. I don't know. But Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, I'm not particularly feeling on this list. Or Rowan Atkinson, although Rowan Atkinson should be in there. Maybe I just haven't seen the right stuff with Simon Pegg, but what I've seen, everything I've seen in him, he isn't this wild character and everything. And you know, Rick Mail, guys, you see him in any of his old comedies, was so freaking eccentric and over the top and wild. Oh, what about, okay, so there is an actor, guys. Sorry, there is a comedian, and he has done a bit of acting from what I gather. And I feel like it would be a really interesting take on it. There's a comedian called James Acaster, and I feel like he may be actually a really good Peeves. But then again, like I say, he is a comedian though, but he has this like energy about him and like, you know, this movement and everything. I've been listening to a lot of Off Menu podcasts, which is one of his podcasts, guys, so I might be biased, but I think I'd rather have James Acaster than Simon Pegg. I feel like he could bring a really wild energy to it, but I don't know. But then again, he's not an actor though, so you know, that's my. I mean, Nick Frost is an actor, obviously. I just don't think he can do Hagrid. You know, Hagrid is a really important role. You know, maybe I just need to watch the right stuff. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this list, guys. Again, I have absolutely no right. I mean, these are my opinions, guys. They are not criticisms of this video. This was fantastically made. And so many actors I would have never even considered that are just absolutely on the money. But some question marks from me. So let me know who you would like to see playing in different roles, guys. Is the nationality of the actor important to you? It really isn't to me, guys. It honestly really isn't. It would be odd if they didn't have English accents, but English set in Scotland, Veggie. Jeez, it'd be odd if they didn't have British accents, but again, that's not really the be-all and end-all for me. It really isn't. The fact actors looking like the roles of the characters and everything, like I say, I feel like some actors might take offence to that, you know? Not offence, but but for someone to be told you should play something because you look like the character, a lot of actors would say, well, that isn't my thought process when I decide what roles to take or not, you know? And so, but Adam Driver, you can't argue with it, guys. He does look like Snake, God bless him. No offence to him. Yeah. But this was brilliant though, guys. I mean, I ended up talking for a lot longer than I was expecting, but this was really good. And so, if you want to see more of my videos on this, guys, and luckily I knew the vast majority, in fact, I knew all the actors. I hadn't seen anything with Scott in. But from what I gather, he's a very good Moriarty. But if you want me to check out more of these guys, I am all up for it. I think there's Lord of the Rings ones as well, you know. So yeah, if you want me to check out more, guys, please let me know. And I'm all up for cast members coming back. Like I say, Ullman has apparently said that he's interested in playing Dumbledore. I'd love to see Lupin back. Oh, we need to get to the third video because I want to see who they cast as Lupin. That is an important role, guys. One of my absolute faves. He is my favourite Harry Potter character. Although he's not my favourite Wizarding World character. And if you've seen my Fantastic Beasts reactions, guys, you'll know. I know it isn't Newt either. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is great. This has got my mind thinking. I could never make a video like this, but maybe I could come up with some ideas for next time. But because it'll be Chamber of Secrets, so we obviously need to cast Gilderoy and other characters. And, yeah. Yeah. Sprout was first in Chamber, wasn't she? Movie-wise, of course. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Sprout wasn't in the first movie. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this. They didn't do the Quidditch ref, but she's not really in. She's not even in the books that much, in fact, either, is she? Anyway, I'm waffling, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm Veggie, I need to take moves like who looks like she's actually asleep incredibly, and I'll see you next time.